Hi, friends. I'm Barry, and this is my amazing support gang, Zayden, Avery, and Bert. We're here to invite you to something truly magical, the miracle of the season.
This year, we're asking you to collect new books and board games. Yes, they must be new. And deliver them to the 2025 Chili Cook-Off, Community Pay It Forward, or your local children's ward at the hospital closest to you.
These gifts will bring comfort, imagination, and joy to children who need it most.
We also want you to read your favorite story, just like you would to your own kids, and record it for us to share on air.
Help us by purchasing these books and board games.
Open the cover and sign it with your family name, leaving the "to" blank for a nurse to fill in.
Let's celebrate the beauty of every tradition, every story, and every act of love.
Tell us about your favorite holiday memories. What did you celebrate? What moments with family and community do you cherish most?
Your voice could bring a beloved tale to someone who's never heard it before.
Businesses, we need you too. Sponsorships help us reach more families and make this season truly miraculous. Join us in showing your love for the community. Join us
for the miracle
of the season. Visit communitypayitforward.us to learn more, get involved, and share your story.
We have a beginning. 2 full boxes. Getting ready to go to Northern Colorado hospitals. Congratulations to everyone who's been helping us with this and everyone who's going to continue. We are starting this off in a really good way. Please make sure you continue to drop off books, collect books, or donate via our QR code or the link below.
Hi friends, I'm Barry. I'm here to show you how every purchase can support a cause you love. First, download the Community Pay It Forward app from the Google Play Store. You can also scan this QR code to the download. It's free and easy. Next, sign up for an account. This makes it so easy to keep track of what you have shopped for, who you have shopped with, and who you have supported. Once you're in, choose a mission partner you care about. These are our neighbors in need of a helping hand, or those who have dedicated their lives to helping others in times of need. Then shop with a giving partner listed in the app. Your purchase helps your chosen mission. It's that simple. Every transaction builds impact. You have now become a superhuman shopper, because where you shop supports those you love. Want to learn more? Visit www.communitypayitforward.us and join the movement. Together, we can create miracles. Because with you, your to-do list of shopping needs, our wide range of partners and Community Pay It Forward, no one needs to go it alone when we all come together.
Born into a real fight wasn't right. Where can she dream here? Took a hold of her life, left at night, stepping out of her fear. Bring me home, out of love.
Hey everybody, how's it going? My name is Zak Clayton, Community Pay It Forward, Community Dirty Care, and the PACT channels. Welcome to Community IMpACT. Today, I've got a very, very special guest. I just drove to Denver to get to do something that I should do more often, honestly. I get to talk to one of the most important people when it comes to all the crazy things that I've done, throughout the years. He's been a huge influence and a huge support partner for me personally and for the company. He's been with me from the beginning, and luckily, he's still with us today. And as a matter of fact, he and I came to another agreement, and he's going to have an even bigger part as soon as we get the Come Together Compass launched. But I got to sit down and I got to have a face-to-face conversation with Scott O'Sullivan. And again, it thrills me whenever I get to see him. You know, I usually only get to see him like in January or this year, December, because we're trying to get some other things going. But getting to sit down with him and getting to actually have a conversation with him and in person, I had a lot of fun. So today we're going to talk a little bit more about Rider Justice. He's going to introduce you a little bit to Rider Justice. When I get back, I'm going to share a one-pager and kind of point out what Rider Justice is, okay? Because it's so important to us in the motorcycle world to have an advocate, to have somebody like Scott who will sit there no matter where you are, folks. It doesn't have to be Denver. You can call him and you can talk to him. Have him look at your insurance. Make sure that it's taken. Look, he's going to give you some advice that you should really, really contemplate, before you take and strap on the helmet, throw the leg over the bike. Make sure that your insurance is going to cover you, because it's not just you that goes down. It's everybody that you know that goes down with you. And we all know, look, facts are facts. There are two kinds of bikers in this world. Those who have gone down and those who will go down. That's just the unfortunate fact of it. This is one of my very best friends in the world. I love this guy. I love this guy. I love this guy. I cannot say it enough. Scott is the original sponsor of Community Pay It Forward. Scott was here when we were community or when we were Clayton Consulting and Event Planning, when we were Clayton PIF, when we were Clayton.biz CCEP.biz. He's been here through it all. And he stuck around because he believes in the mission. He's somebody who not only just means something to me professionally, means something to me personally. One of the things that Scott and I talked about off the recording is that, he's going to try to help me and I'm going to try to help him. We're going to be cross-promoting each other's podcasts, and I'm going to start running some of the podcasts that Scott's put on throughout the years. And hopefully I'm going to do some stuff from the Motorcycle Expo this year that happens in Denver in January. But one of the things that you guys could really help me with is we desperately need volunteers. Okay? I've kind of gotten behind my skis here, and I need your help. So if you can do it, I desperately could use your help.
Hey there, friends. I've been thinking, we all have our strengths, right? I can do this, but I'm not so great at that. I'm pretty good at talking to people, but I'm not so great at adding things into a website or app. Oops. I love speaking, sharing stories, but social media, all those hashtags and algorithms. Yeah, that's a jungle I haven't quite figured out yet. Coming up with ideas that bring folks together, I'm all about it. bookkeeping. Let's just say numbers, and I don't exactly get along, but that's okay because someone out there is good at those things, and when we work together, magic happens. See, Community Pay It Forward has never been about one person. It's a program built by many to support even more. Every one of us brings something special to the table. We all have talents that make us great on our own. But imagine how much stronger we are when we bring all those talents together. That's what Community Pay It Forward is all about. Your skills, my skills, our hearts, working together to make a difference. So tell me, what are you good at? Let's find out together. Visit communitypayitforward.us and join the movement.
Hey everybody, my name is Zach. Like you didn't know that, but I'm here with one of my really good friends and the original partner of Community Pay It Forward, Scott O'Sullivan.
Zach, great seeing you, man.
Great to see you.
Appreciate it.
See you. I wish we saw each other more.
Yeah.
And it's kind of funny. You're one of the people that I talk to least, and you're probably the closest to me.
Yeah, but, it's really interesting how that works, right? And it doesn't help when you live in the equivalent of Canada.
Yeah.
I know it's Greeley. Sorry, Greeley.
Well, well, today it kind of looks a little bit like
it does.
Canada, right?
It's snowing out there for people. It's being recorded. What is today? I don't even know what today's date is.
The 3rd.
The 3rd, yeah.
Yep.
So, we're getting
December
our first.
3rd.
It's crazy. Our first snow of the year for us, really.
Right.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And it's actually not even really been that cold.
No, it hasn't. It's been a crazy year. Yay, global warming.
Yeah. There you go. Scott, you run 2 wonderful programs, and we focused a lot on O'Sullivan Law Firm, but you also have a program called Rider Justice. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so Rider Justice is part of my law firm. It originally started as the advocacy arm, motorcycle advocacy arm of the O'Sullivan Law Firm. And I started a number of years ago when I would get asked to, help participate, help write, help advocate for legislation to make roads safer for motorcycle riders. And it started, 10 years ago or so. And since then, we've helped pass the hands-free bill, the vulnerable user bill, which is a bill that basically says, hey, you can't, if you hit a motorcycle rider, a pedestrian, bicyclist, skateboarder, anybody who isn't in a car or truck, essentially, and you do them grave harm, you are going to be punished further. Rather than just a little slap on the wrist and a 4-point violation. So things like that we've helped pass. There's other laws behind the scenes that I have helped advocate for that help people keep more of the money that they deserve after a collision instead of going straight back to the health insurance company's dirty hands, right? Mm-hmm. So things like that we've been doing for years. I love that. I'm not a what do you call lobbyist? I just do this stuff because it's important to me. It's important to my clients. In a lot of cases, it turns out I'm the only personal injury lawyer there, the only motorcycle lawyer there, even though this stuff is crucially important. And so, yeah, I love it. And it's also, turns out, we use Rider Justice as essentially the philanthropic arm of the firm as well, because we get involved in great organizations like yours and others to help support the community that we love, because if we're not all taking care of each other, we're in big trouble. Yeah.
You guys have heard that one before, haven't you? One of the other things that you guys take care of that I know is really important to you is you even do golf for kids, right?
Yeah. So I've been on the board of the First Tee of Denver now it's First Tee of Colorado Rocky Mountains. I never can say that the right way. Anyway, it's the largest nonprofit golf in schools, free programming for schools, reading, writing, swinging, making their own clubs, life skills. Our real goal, our mission is, to get a diploma in one hand and a club in the other, but really it's life skills and just building these kids up. And we went from, when I first joined the board, to working with a few hundred kids. I put a mission out there a number of years ago to serve 10,000 kids a year in Colorado, and we're now over 12,000 a year. We beat our goal by 2 years. Super proud of it. It's something I support with time and treasure. And I can really see the difference it makes, and I just love it.
One of the things that Sharon and I talked about before you got here was, one of the real reasons why I love working with you is because you're not going to see your face on a billboard. You're not going to see your face screaming on TV about, I can make you, millions of dollars or all this other garbage. You see you in these nonprofit areas. You see you supporting other people. You see you out helping other people.
Yeah, I don't know what the question is, but yeah.
No, it's why is that so important?
Yeah, I mean, I think it, we were talking about our parents earlier, and it really comes from my mom. She was very philanthropic, whether it was through her time and energy spent in the community in New Jersey, where I grew up in this rural community, and helping with, seniors or kids or education, recreation. It was kind of all the above for her. And I think that's really where it kind of came from. It is stuck. She voluntold me to do stuff when I was a kid, and I did it all. And
see justice and free. I'm not the only one.
Yeah, exactly. And my boys, Michael and Tommy, I've voluntold them to do a lot of things, including tomorrow night. One's going to be helping me at an event that I sponsor and have been putting together now for almost 20 years. It's for the Denver Rescue Mission. And it's a private party that we do. Well, it's not private. Anybody's invited. My son has been voluntold to help us tomorrow with the event. And it's just great.
Well, this is actually playing tonight, so you want to go on ahead and throw out your details for that?
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, I always assume nothing gets put out for like months. So we, sorry, Sheree, that was not a ticket joke. It was not. It was not. Yes, it's the Rock and Rescue Night Out. It will be at Burn Down tomorrow night, Thursday the 4th. In Denver, Colorado. It's on Broadway. It's this really cool bar. And it's going to be, the bars are really gracious to us, give us the space and let us take it over. And there'll be some fun, good auction items. In the past, we generally raise about $40,000 to $50,000 at the event for the Denver Rescue Mission. We are the largest and only private event fundraiser for them. There's no galas. They don't do anything. And except, outreach through federal stuff and whatnot. And this year, the real emphasis is going to be on prevention. And everybody's dollars are going to go directly towards preventing the homelessness for our population here. And really what it does is help them bridge that gap of maybe that car payment or fixing a car or rent or other things like that so that they don't become unhoused. So it's something I'm proud of. I love it. I got roped into it, voluntold to do it many years ago, and I've never stopped. And I'm the MC of it, which is always very strange because I'm not an MC guy. But but it's fun. So we'd love to see you. So the doors open at 6.
Yeah, it's such a wonderful. I like the way that you're setting that up because it is homelessness. It's not because of one thing.
No. That's right.
It's never, hey, I lost my job, now we're homeless. It's always, I lost my job, I don't know what to do now. And it just builds and it builds and it builds. So if there's a way that we can get in front of that, it's so important.
Yeah. Like one of the things that I talked about years ago when we were trying to pass the hands-free bill, which is get the phones out of your hands while you're driving, we were demonstrating economically how the rise in hit and runs in Colorado, which is a lot of just somebody's car is parked on the side of the road and gets hit. And that's a lot of it is drunk driving or distracted driving. And how that one hit, if the person whose car that got hit didn't have collision or comprehensive on it, then that car's not getting fixed because it could cost $5,000 to do it. And then that car's not drivable. And then you can't get to work. And then it starts to spiral. And just like you said, and that is through no fault of their own. They're just sitting in their house, trying to get some rest to go to work the next day, and their car gets hit. And everything just starts to spiral.
And that also brings up another service from Rider Justice. You guys offer to look over insurance coverages.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, anytime, it's one of my favorite things to do. And the joke that I tell, and Shree is tired of this joke, is I love to do this and help people with their insurance, because I don't sell insurance; I just sue the shit out of them. And so, yeah, it helps to have it ahead of time. And a good example would be somebody we met with yesterday. She was on her motorcycle and she got hit, and she went through the litany of all the other amazing insurance she had, including, disability insurance and all these other ways to cover herself. And she just kind of whiffed the motorcycle part of it. And if she hadn't, we'd have more options for her. I mean, she's going to be fine. We're going to take care of her. But in the short term, it limits your options if you don't have the right types of insurance. Yeah.
And that's just, being preemptive again is really important, because, and don't ever think that, I'm okay now. Make sure that you're allowing people to help you when they offer it, because when things start to spiral,
yeah, it could be too late.
Yeah, it's hard to get in front of it, or it's hard to get caught up.
Yeah, you could be already a week behind or a month behind.
Right.
Yeah, that's a really good point. It's interesting this time of year, the holidays. People always ask, do you get a lot of business during the holidays? And the answer is usually December's our quietest month, and not because of lack of people doing dumb things to each other, but it really has more to do with, I think, just thinking, all right, it's going to be fine, and then after the new year, they realize it's not fine, and then our phone starts to ring a little bit more, because they've loved ones or someone has told them, like, look, it's not okay. You need to get some help on this issue. Whether it's a car crash or a motorcycle or something along those lines that wasn't their fault, and they shouldn't be punished for it. I think that happens a little bit every year. We see it.
Well, you've also got a Sullivan Law Firm. What do you say to people, Scott, who are like, well, I don't have time to wait for, I don't have time to wait for the trial. I don't have time to wait for all this. I need money now. We got to do this now. What do you, because I hear people talk, I have people reach out to me all the time. Hey, we need to pay rent. We're in litigation, but we need money now. And, unfortunately, there's not a lot we can do. I always try to tell them, look, it's so important that you make sure that you are covered. And that's the reason why you've got to get a lawyer, because, I mean, these insurance companies, look, they're not billion-dollar companies because they're stupid.
Right. Yeah, right.
They're just annoying.
Yeah, and they spend more on advertising than they do paying out claims, right? So I think the short answer is kind of what you already said, unfortunately, is that in a lot of cases where we're not able to resolve within 6 to 8 months of a collision, and a huge percentage of them we're able to do that, the more catastrophic ones we have, there's times when it may take a year or more. And to do it the right way, we've got to bring in all the experts. We've got to bring in the economists. We got to bring in the life care planner. And there is no pay as you go. There is no, the other side just keeps paying, or there is no system that way, certainly in Colorado. And it is a flaw in our system for sure. But the only way to get fair compensation is to, in a lot of cases, to have patience. And because if you don't, and sometimes with our clients, the decision to sue or settle is yours. We can just advise you one way or the other. And there's times when I've begged people just to please, just let us sue in this case. We know we're going to get you substantial more money. And I understand they don't, to your point, they don't have the time. They just want to put it behind them. And that's their decision. And I try my best to talk them out of it, but sometimes I'm not successful in that endeavor. But I get it. I understand the real world and the real bills and real things. And so, yeah.
This is a really good time to call one of the financial advisors that we have and be prepared just for something like this, because, yeah, you're right. Waiting a little bit is difficult, but making sure making sure that you can cover it is, and as much as it sucks trying to get by, it's so important because there is more money on that end.
Well, let me actually, I want to give an example of something that just really I'm having happening right now as we speak. There's a case that I'm helping with, and this gentleman was a Marine. Excuse me. Yeah, was the right word. He's Marine. Was a Marine and entrepreneur since retiring from the service, and he has something terrible happened to him that I can't really talk about right now, and he's going to need care for the rest of his life. And one of the smart things he did, because you mentioned, financial advisors and folks like that out there, is he did a durable power of attorney with one of his good buddies to help with all financial matters if something like this were to happen, including litigation and claims, meaning his friend has hired us to represent him, even though he has no capacity whatsoever. This poor man is severely brain injured. And then with his fiance, he did all his health matters. And I would strongly encourage anybody who is using one of your financial advisors or others, and I would encourage the financial advisors to do this, just have a basic conforming durable power of attorney, one that also is for medical, both financial and medical. You can have one that does all of the above. You can split them out. There's forms that are out there that you can get for just a few dollars. There's ChatGPT that could do this for you. Your financial advisor could have conforming Colorado ones. I cannot tell you how important it is because if you didn't have this, we would have to open up a conservatorship, go through the court system for another, I don't know how many months, and get his fiance appointed. And we would have lost valuable time going against a very large corporation who likely would destroy documents. And so this has allowed us to move much quicker in a way that we don't normally have the luxury to do.
I think one of the big things you also said there is you had to get the fiance involved, and you got to remember that an accident doesn't just happen to you.
Yeah, that's a great point.
It happens to everyone else around you, and everyone else has to pick up where you've fallen. And that's a lot of stress on someone else, and
that's right.
Who's already had to pick up more of the burden. So, Scott, I look around this room right here, and I see top 10 law firms. You see, all these other wonderful awards. 2024. Just you've been doing this a while. This isn't new to you.
No,
you don't. You don't do the billboards because you're new to this game.
Yeah, well, yeah, I don't do the billboards because one, I don't want to see them any more than you want to see them, and also, most of our cases are referrals. We obviously do a lot of grassroots things. That's more important to me. We're back to the kind of philanthropic side of it, but no, I find that to be detestable. I took my son last night, I failed his father, apparently. I just took him to his first only Avalanche game last night, and which is weird. You walk in and I'm overwhelmed with my competitors with their bullshit everywhere. And I find that intrusive. I'm tired of it. There's just, but it's only going to get worse. But there's lawyers like myself and others that try to have some dignity in the process, and
See, you should have waited. I think it's late next week or early next week. Your Rangers are coming into town.
Oh, don't say my Rangers. I've never been that yet.
Oh, I thought you were a Rangers fan. I was going to say, that's one of the weird things that I did. I thought you were a Rangers fan, and we still get along because I'm a Devils fan. So it's like
I went to school when the Devils were formed in New Jersey. And so I grew up a Devils fan. I was a Rangers fan, kind of. My dad was, and became a Devils fan. And I know that's a tough topic to talk about in Colorado because that took the team away from Colorado. And
the team wasn't being supported here in Colorado.
Yeah. Was it the Bears?
No, it was the Rockies.
The Rockies, that's right.
And we stole them from Kansas City.
Right, that's right. Yeah, and then of course we stole. Was it
Quebec?
Yeah. So anyway, it was fun. Small fact: where I went to school, the owners of the Devils, his son went to school with us, and he was a total dickhead. So. I mean, this kid was such a problem. He might be a beautiful human being now, but my God, he was such a dick.
That almost sounds okay. No, not almost. That really sounds like one of the two brothers that own our baseball team. So,
that's right. I've actually met them, and they've been lovely individuals personally. So,
I got to be honest. The one I'm talking about, he came up to me, and I had my son in the place we were having lunch. He walked up to me and he goes, "Hi, my name is," and I go, "I know who you are." Okay, it's like, "Yeah, I know who you are." And he goes, "I just want to tell you, your kid is so cool." And I'm like, going, "Yeah, he is."
Nice. Nice.
Well, Scott, I want to thank you so very much for doing this. I want to thank you very much for being a huge part of everything that we've ever done. I come up with some crazy ideas, and you always sit there and, you're supportive. You're a great human being. And I appreciate who you are because you decide to put your money where it's needed. And I do appreciate that.
Yeah. And I appreciate all the hard work you do for the community and putting yourself out there all the time relentlessly. We know it is relentless and a lot of times thankless. And I thank you, for all the people that you've touched and helped. So we really appreciate it.
Yeah, we do our best. We're going to start showing a lot of the O'Sullivan podcasts. So I know they've got a really big thing coming up in January, and I'm really looking forward to sharing some of that with you. But these are full of a lot of information that if you're a rider or you have kids learning how to drive, make sure they watch these, because I've said it a lot that I didn't know how shitty of a driver I was until I got my CDL and I got my motorcycle endorsement. And I realized, wow, I don't know how to drive a four-wheel vehicle. So please make sure that your kids pay attention to this. But Scott, thank you so very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, brother.
Appreciate it.
Done. So
yeah, I was going to say
that again.
We do. Yeah.
The podcast was fun.
I'm sorry. I forgot we talked on a little bit after that. So sorry about that. But yeah, Scott O'Sullivan. Again, just I can't thank him enough because of what he does for us. So, and as it says on the bottom, he talked about a durable power of attorney. Okay, so it's a legal document that grants someone called an agent the authority to make financial, legal, or medical decisions on your behalf. The durable aspect means the document remains valid even if you become incapacitated, such as from an accident or illness, allowing your agent to continue to manage your affairs without court intervention. This differs from a non-durable POA, which would become invalid upon your incapacitation. So that was a big word. So the one thing that I did notice on that, and it was very, very prevalent, apparent, is that I felt like Farley, sitting next to him, fat guy, little guy, big guy, little guy. And I got to remember hair ties too, especially when it's wintertime and all frizzy. Hair was a little... The old 7 head was popping out there quite a bit. So, again, tomorrow night, the Rock and Rescue Night at Burn Down Bar in Denver, 476 South Broadway in Denver. 476 South Broadway in Denver. Doors open at 6 o'clock. This is a great thing that you can do for people who find themselves in a difficult situation. It is currently 30 degrees where I live. That's cold, people. That's cold. Those shelters, they don't open their doors until sundown, and they kick you out at sunup. It's not because they're mean, that's just because that's the way it is. Maybe things could change if we could support them a little bit better. And once again, that's what Scott does. Look, on my way home, and I didn't think about this until after I'd already passed 2 of them. But on my way home, I drove up I-25, I-25. And from Scott's office until I got just minutes from my house, I saw 13 different lawyer signs. 13 of them. Billboards. The last thing I saw before I was pulling into my driveway was a placard on the side of a bus for another lawyer, injury lawyer. Look, we understand they don't have the best reputation in the world. And it's because they are out there screaming about, it's money, 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 money. Let's make money. We're going to get you money. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. We're going to, it's all about the money. It's not. No, it's not. You need to make sure that you are covered. Your injuries are covered for good. Again, I said it in the interview and I mean it. You need to have a lawyer to make sure that you are taken care of. Your body, when you go down in an accident, you do serious damage to your body. You should call on someone. And I suggest calling on this man, Scott O'Sullivan at O'Sullivan Law Firm. If you're in Denver, if you're in Colorado, give Scott a call. 720-782-6050. 720-782-6050. Tell him that you heard about him through me or not. Okay? Scott, he's not a giving partner. He's the sponsor. I don't make a dime if you hire Scott. But I'm going to tell you this. If you want to be taken care of, if you want to feel like you're being treated like a human being and not just another, case number, ... Where do we stand on that, Mr. Pre-law person? No. Scott and his team, they have a small team. It's an old house on Ogden. Old wooden... It's actually kind of funny. It reminds me of my family home when you go in there. It's got that feel of an old-fashioned home because that's really what it is. But, Scott's got a couple of partners, and they care. They talk to you. They take your case. I'm very sorry. You guys are probably hearing, and I just realized this, you guys are probably hearing my heater right now. But it's cold. So, hey, everybody, look, we have about 18 days before the miracle of the season. And what this means is we need to get some recording done. Scan the QR code above, record something. I want to tell you about two things that we've had people who have decided that they're going to record today. I'm not going to tell you who they are. I met a guy today that we're going to have on the show next week who has a speech impediment. Yet he's a classically trained singer. And he's going to share a song that he soloed. And then we're going to have somebody who's going to cook a healthy dish for the holidays and teach you how to cook healthy. Now, look, I love my sweet potatoes. I did learn just recently, though, that you cannot have just a plate of sweet potatoes. I was hungry for lunch the other day. We picked up a couple new recliners, and I got home and I was like, you know what? I want some yams. So I took and I tried to heat up just a plate of yams, and I got about, a quarter way in, and I was like going, Jesus, I need something more than this. So it was tough. It truly was tough. So, I wanted to share this with you because this is something that that Scott gave me, and it tells you a little bit more about what rider justice is. Okay. They were built and led by Scott O'Sullivan to advocate for injured riders. Proud sponsor of First Aid Accident Scene Management, which is a cool course and necessary course. It helps teach you what to do if you come upon or you are a witness to an accident concerning bikers. Or, like he said, somebody who gets hit on a bicycle, skateboard, pedestrian. Hell, in an accident in a car. Okay? Speaks directly to riding groups about insurance, safety, and protecting your rights. So very important. Look, they're going to try to get away with the lowest that they can do. It's like you walk in and you're going to buy a car that they have marked for $30,000 and you go, my final offer is $50,000. No, they're not going to do that. They're going to tell you that they need $50,000 for it, and you're going to tell them that that you'll pay $30,000. Well, if they can get away with paying you that $30 rather than that $50,000, that's what they're going to do. Shows up at rallies, shows, charity rides, and grassroots events to celebrate riding, the riding community. Once again, they do have the Rock and Rescue Night at the Burn Down Bar, 476 South Broadway in Denver. That's tomorrow night, Thursday, December 4th, 2025. Doors open at 6 p.m. 476 South Broadway in Denver, Burn Down Bar, 720-899-3827. 720-899-3827. Let Scott know that you saw his show, saw his interview, and have a conversation with him. He's a great guy. He's going to be a little busy, but have a great guy. Just bug the hell out of him. What the hell? He's got his kid doing all the work. He pretty much admitted it. Every advertising dollar they spend goes back into Colorado riding community. They truly, truly do put so much effort into this. And look, it's not like he has tons of time. You know, he's a busy guy. He really is, but that doesn't stop him. They're changing laws to protect riders, drafted and passed Colorado's hands-free bill to end distracted driving. We just need more of that enforced. Helped pass the vulnerable road user law to increase penalties for hitting riders. But again, he also told you that goes for pedestrians, bicyclists, skateboarders. You hit a driver, or you hit a pedestrian, that's a crime. Sponsor safety and first aid classes to keep riders safe and prepared. Champion the make whole law to keep more settlement money where it belongs, in the rider's pocket. And that is so important. Again, you're not going to see a lot of these other riders or lawyers that are out there talking about how much money they were able to keep in your pocket. Well, yeah, this is the check that we got you, but how much did you keep, Mr. Lawyer? The educating and protecting riders, breaking down insurance coverages with rider groups so they know how to cover themselves properly. Again, one more time, 720-782-6050. 720-782-6050. Call Scott. Ask him, hey, or Cherie, and ask her, is my insurance coverage good enough? What do I need to get in my state? What do I need to cover myself? What do I have to watch out for? What is my insurance company going to do for me? What are they not going to do for me? It's going to shock the hell out of you. And I'm telling you right now, it's going to shock you what they don't cover. And it's not fun when you find out. Sponsor safety and first aid classes to keep riders safe and protected. And Scott is the only attorney who shows up at the Capitol to fight for riders' rights and pass laws for safer roads. How they're different from billboard and TV lawyers. Local attorney owned, no franchises, no licenses, no private equity. No call centers. You call, you get one of the lawyers. You call Scott. It's one of the things that Scott has taught me, and that I love is, you use that little chat bot. You get Scott on his website. Scott and his firm will personally handle every case from start to finish. Not just an injury mill. We take only select number of cases each month to give riders and their families the attention they deserve. We invest in the riding community, not billboards and TV ads. I'm going to repeat that last one because you've heard it over and over again tonight, but I think it's so important. We invest in the riding community, not billboards and TV ads. Scott puts his money in programs like Community Pay It Forward. Scott just invested in becoming a major part of the Come Together Compass. Again, yeah, Scott's a friend. Scott's a great friend. I love the guy. But Scott is a leader of this community in Colorado. If you've been injured, give him a call. What's it going to hurt? Make sure that you're protected. He said he cannot tell you not to do something. He can suggest it. But you've also got to remember, when you talk to Scott, you're not only going to hear about the money you can potentially make. He can't guarantee that anyway. He wouldn't try. But he is going to make sure that you have the health coverage you need to survive a good life. Or like the gentleman he was talking about. That gentleman's got a hard life ahead of him, what's remaining of it. But they're taking care of his bills, they're taking care of his fiance, they're taking care of his family. And they've done it because they set stuff up right, and Scott can help you make sure that you've done that same thing. So please, feel free to reach out to him. If you need me to connect you to him, please let me know. I would happily introduce you to him. To Cherie, to Scott, thank you so very much for joining me tonight. You didn't see Cherie, but you did hear her voice there at the end a little bit when and you will probably get to meet her a little bit on some of these other podcasts that we're going to be doing. I haven't quite figured out how we're going to do those podcasts, but we're going to be starting those up here real soon. Once again, you are going to be seeing a lot more of Scott on Community Pay It Forward and the PAC channel because he is important to me. He's become part of the Come Together Compass, and that is even more important to me because that is going to be the most important website in the world. We've got about 18 days, folks. 18 days to get your recording in. So please stop whatever you're doing right now. Scan this QR code. Look at what we're doing and get involved. I'm not asking you to record right now. I know you're busy. Get together with your family, see what you guys can do. Let's talk about how you celebrate, how you culturally celebrate winter seasons. There is not only one holiday, and that is something that needs to be heard by everyone. It is not just that one holiday. It is a holiday season that's very difficult for a lot of people. And we want to try to make it a little less heartbreaking for as many people as we can. You can be a part of the miracle. You can be the miracle because you have a story that is going to change someone's life. So please join us. Scan the QR code, get involved, reach out to me, Zak at communitypayitforward.us. That's ZAK at communitypayitforward.us. I thought I still had it up there, but ZAK at communitypayitforward.us. The information's all in that form, so you can reach out, get a hold of me as soon as possible. Let's get this done. Let's become the miracle of the season. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. We are starting our new time tonight, 6 p.m. Here in the mountain, 8 p.m. EST. We're doing that because the third Wednesday of every month, we're bringing on Lynn. And for me to do the show right, I want my wife to be involved. and she works until 6 p.m. So that's the way it goes. That's the way it works. And that's the way it's got to be. If you want free readings, you want to join us on that show. Next week, we will be talking to our good buddy Les. And we're also going to have on that gentleman I was talking to you about a little bit earlier, who is dealt with a speech impediment since he was a child. And he was always ashamed to go and do things until he found his voice. And he's going to talk to us about why you shouldn't be ashamed, because you've got the power to do things that other people just simply don't. So join us for Les and Raj next week. This Monday is the return of the Master Connectors. So Monday during Footprints Forward, we've got Alan show the Master Connectors, and we're going to be talking a little bit more about the miracle of the season. So thank you very much. My name is Zak Clayton, Community Pay It Forward, Community Dare to Care, and the PAC channels. All my information is right here, 970-909-0751, 970-909-0751, Zak at communitypayitforward.us. That's ZAK, because my parents knew I was going to be kind of an idiot. ZAK at communitypayitforward.us. Folks, it is cold. If you've got an extra hoodie, throw it in your car. Give it to somebody who's suffering from the elements, because there are going to be people suffering from these elements. Got extra food, throw it in the old hillbilly Tupperware. Zap it in the microwave. Take it to somebody in your community who can use a meal. We're all one species. We're all humans, and we all need to take care of each other. Let's care about someone else tonight, because, folks, it's all we got. Love somebody out there, because I love you. Ha! I changed it up, not on purpose. It was kind of an accident, but it worked for me anyway. We'll see you next week. And remember, if you're not helping someone, you're hurting everyone. No one needs to go it alone when we all come together.
Say, bring me home, out alone, to show me the way. You wanna hold the heart of Sunset Boulevard. Bring me here, 'cause it's not quite clear to be a part of Sunset Boulevard.
When you join the Community Pay It Forward family, your business can be seen, because people know your business will offer hope to organizations like Todd Lingle of CARES Foundation. CARES Foundation is a proud mission partner of Community Pay It Forward. CARES Foundation is dedicated to educating young drivers of the dangers of impaired and distracted driving. Every sale through Community Pay It Forward helps support incredible organizations like the